Well. What up? Sammy-doo. Sammy-doo, Real Estate Duru, coming to you live from Precious World Mobile Studios. Time to drop another golden nugget when it comes to your real estate business. Hey, today's golden nugget is going to be around the topic of negotiation 101. Negotiation 101. Hey, if you hadn't gotten your first deal, struggling to get a second deal, haven't got a perpetual stream in your real estate investing business, you definitely want to subscribe to this channel and get the golden nuggets that you don't get on YouTube, that you don't get in seminars, that you don't get anywhere else but from a mentor. This platform here is all designed to mentor and coach you because there are just certain nuances, certain details in the business that you would not know unless you had someone that can share that with you, someone that does know, not just somebody making something up in their head, but someone that does know, someone that's in the streets, that's already doing things. And let me just tell you, all the things that you see on the internet and in the classrooms are not designed to give you the secret sauce. They're only designed to get you hyped, to get your dopamines running in your brain so you feel good, and to collect your money. So, of course, you get introduced to a world that you probably hadn't heard of, didn't know about. And of course, being that it's real estate, everybody think, they're going to get rich and all this kind of thing. But I just want to warn you, you are not going to get successful on your own. This business requires a mentor. This business requires coaching. This business requires you to have somebody in your ear to kind of hold your hand trying to get started. So that's what this is all about. Feel free to subscribe. Now, with regards to negotiation 101, I happened to was asked a question about letters and the content that goes into a letter. And they asked about, hey, when I send this letter out, wanted to kind of get your idea on what do you think. And they said in the letter basically, hey, Mr. So-and-so, I was interested in buying this property that you have at so-and-so address or whatnot, and I was wondering if you would want to sell it to me, because here are my three offers. I can offer you 70% of the value of your home, offer number one. Offer number two, I can actually buy your home at full price with terms. And offer number three, I can buy your home sub two. So please get back with me if you're interested in selling your home. And I know this was a new person, so I have to be nice when I say that was the dumbest letter I've ever seen. But of course, I'm not putting their name out or anything like that, but I'm letting you know, obviously for a fact, that is ridiculous. Why? Well, for one, you don't know what's going on with that house. You don't know what kind of situation that property is in when it comes to liens or, back taxes, and you just don't know all the financials, how much work it needs to be done, if they're upside down. They could have refinanced the house recently and turned the house upside down for doing that. with the market fluctuation. You just never know. So one, those three approaches, putting those three items out there kind of boxes you in to what you have to commit to when you're speaking to that seller. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is, once you put that kind of information out there from an integrity standpoint with what you are approaching that seller with, you have nowhere else to go. Nowhere else to go. You can try to finagle that, but you have nowhere else to go with that seller, because they're going to hold you to what was in your letter. No, that's not what you told me. You told me you would do this. You told me that. You told me this. Again, integrity issues, credibility issues. Problem number three is, in negotiations, you never show your hand. And you definitely never show your full hand, although I would tell you those three options are not even a full hand. Maybe that's what he may have thought. One of them was pretty stupid. But you never show your hand in negotiations. Here's one golden nugget that I would tell you is, every contact with the seller is a negotiation. Whether you're meeting the seller for the first time, for the second time, you're meeting them at the McDonald's to talk about it, or some other restaurant, some other place, whether you're following back up with them because you've already had an initial contact, every contact with the seller is a negotiation. And you never show all your hand or your full hand in a negotiation. You want to learn from that seller what offer you would want to provide based off the information that you're learning from them, like their why are they interested in selling, what's going on that they are interested in selling, and the details of what's going on with the property as to why they're interested in selling. All of that is part of negotiations, and when you're getting that information, you also want to recycle that information in your negotiations. So, no one can teach you negotiations in an interview, because it can always go many different ways. But there are definitely some fundamentals that, if you're interested in learning fundamentals on how to negotiate, feel free to reach out and schedule a one-on-one consult with me, and we can kind of talk about, actually, if you look in the description, you should be able to see a link, Real Estate Wholesale helpline, where you can book a 30-minute free consult with me, and we can even discuss the possibility of a longer-term one-on-one relationship where you get me, not some sales guy. You get me directly, not some other person that I'm going to put in my place. So you get me directly, and you have access to me directly to help you get your business going off the ground. But feel free to reach out to learn a little bit more, help get your start going a little faster. One of the reasons this is so important to me to help others is, I've already found out that I am not going to be able to stop the avalanche of wholesalers being dumped into these streets with a lot of excitement, but also a lot of incompetencies. I've got mentors across the country, and at least they were smart enough to hire me. But, I see some of the things that they're doing, as well as I just kind of get questions here and there. And there's some things that are happening out there that, for a seasoned person, it's just incredible that it's happening, and they're very bad. There's going to be lawsuits and things of that nature flying around. New folks are going to get sued at some point. One of my mentees recently was already threatened about being sued because he has to back out of a contract. And his contract is not the best written, but it was already done prior to me getting involved, so we're going to try to salvage that thing. But my passion right now, my mentor has told me it's time to reach one, teach one. And so versus sitting complaining about how bad the wholesaler market is and how ridiculous some of these folks are doing, it's my desire now to help you out. So just missed my turn. So if you are interested, and you should be if you're just getting started, or if you don't have any traction in your business, you should be interested. Feel free to reach out via the link in the description and book a 30-minute free consult with me, as well as subscribe to this channel as I continue to put out golden nuggets in the business. I approach you from a total different viewpoint. There's enough folks out there trying to teach real estate, so to speak. And again, folks aren't giving you the secret sauce, the golden nuggets to be successful. They're just, they're selling courses and things of that nature. But I'm wanting to come to you from a different standpoint, because at the end of the day, you need a mentor, you need a coach, and I want to offer my services for that. It took me 10 months to get my first deal when I first started. I didn't get my first deal until I leveraged a partner as well as a mentor in it. And now I am north of 100 different types of transactions, 4 years, almost 5 years later. And now I want to kind of share that with you. One of my mentees recently told me that someone tried to mentor him, but they had only done 2 deals. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's not a mentor. That's just having a few successes, a couple. But I've done north of 100 different types of transactions, and over $500,000 in gross revenue from my real estate business over the years, and still growing and still doing. So again, this is Sammy-doo, dropping another golden nugget for you. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and even share this with somebody that you might know that is in the business that also needs help. Until then, I'll see you at the top, because the bottom sure is crowded.